Good morning, girls.
Good morning, ma'am.
What is the last class topic? Tell me, anyone, what is the last class topic?
Odogonia.
Eudogonium. What is the thallus of eudogonium? Thallus ఏంటి eudogonium ది? First topic వాల్వాక్స్ కదా. వాల్వాక్స్ thallus ఏంటి? eudogonium thallus ఏంటి? తొందరగా మీరు తొందర చెప్తే నేను స్టార్ట్ చేస్తా.
Antheridia.
Antheridia, that is a reproductive organ, no? Thallus స్ట్రక్చర్ అడిగిన వాల్వాక్స్ ప్లాంట్ స్ట్రక్చర్, ఈడోగోనియం ప్లాంట్ స్ట్రక్చర్ ఎట్లుంటుంది, ఎట్లా ఐడెంటిఫై చేస్తారు మీరు? ఇప్పుడు నేను వాల్వాక్స్ అంతా ఆల్గల్ మిక్చర్ కంప్లీట్ గా మిక్స్ చేసి ఇచ్చిన దాంట్లో థాలస్ ని బట్టి మీరు ఐడెంటిఫికేషన్ చేయాలని చెప్పాను కదా. వాల్వాక్స్ థాలస్ కి కొన్ని నేమ్స్ చెప్పాను, ఏంటి చెప్పండి? వాల్వాక్స్ థాలస్ పేరేంటి? మీరు తొందరగా చెప్పేస్తే స్టార్ట్ చేస్తాను నేను. కారా ఎట్లుంది వాల్వాక్స్ ప్లాంట్ బాడీ ఎలా ఉందని చెప్పాను నేను, అర్థమైందని చెప్పారు కదా మీరే. సీనోబియం కాలనీ లాగా ఉంటదని చెప్పానా? టెల్ మీ గర్ల్స్, yes or no? Eudogonium thallus? Rizwana, tell me, what is the eudogonium thallus? Ramya, Srilata, Ramya, Maheshwari, Shravanti, what is the thallus of eudogonium? Girls, are you sleeping? Okay, what is the title of today class? ఈరోజు లెసన్ చెప్పుకునే టైప్ స్టడీ పేరేంటి?
Chara.
కారా. మనం తినే కారానేనా? సేమ్ కారా, ఆకార ఈ కార బోత్ ఆర్ సేమ్?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
అమ్మయ్య,
No, ma'am.
అడగొద్దు అయితే. Okay, see here in the chlorophysi, the third type study, Kara. In the last two type studies, one is the Volvox, the second thing is the Eudogonium. What is the Volvox important character? How to identify the Volvox? The first is the thallus is the most important. What type of thallus you can observe? These three can under the class is the chlorophysi member. You know what is the chlorophysi? All are freshwater algae. Yes or no? You can observe to the ponds, lakes, ditches. So some of the free floating, some are the floating algae, some of the sedimentation of algae is there in this class. Here in the chlorophysi member, the type pigmentation also, chlorophyll A is the most important of the pigmentation and green in color. These are the characteristic feature of the chlorophysi member. In this chlorophysi, the third type study is called the Kara. But before Kara, in the two type studies of the thallus, the Volvox is the, what type of thallus is there? Cenobium or colonial forms. When you can ask the question, what is the characteristic feature of the Volvox? To compare the other two chlorophysi member, here this one is the thallus is called the what is that one? Colonial Cenobium. The yesterday class I'll explain no in the Eudogonium. What is the thallus of Eudogonium? Filamentous body, unbranched, filamentous, multicellular branches, multicellular plant body, filament body is present. To compare this one, Volvox completely different the thallus. Eudogonium also completely. Here what is the main? Volvox is a colony type. Eudogonium is a filamentous body. But here these two in the third type of chlorophysi member, that is called the Kara. Here Again, the two type studies, volvox to the Idogonium, both are the microscopic talus. You can't see, you can observe to the under electron microscope only. But this Chara macroscopic, you can see the directly eye contact. These are the very very millimicrons meters are present. 1 meter height also present in this one. See, you can observe the structure, the talus of Chara. Just you can observe the many they say nodes, internodes. If these all things are present in this Chara. Okay, before Chara, what is the classification of Chara? Here the class is the Chlorophyceae, order Charales, Characeae family. The genus name is called the Chara. Okay, this is the classification. What is the classification? Chlorophyceae, Charales, Characeae, Chara. This one is the classification of Chara. See, what are the important character? What in this Chlorophyceae member of the Chara? This one also Chara is a freshwater algae. What is the first character? This one is a freshwater algae.
Freshwater algae.
Green in algae. Why? Chlorophyceae. All Chlorophyceae members are green in color. This is a green algae found submerged in shallow water ponds, where you can all freshwater ponds, lakes, ditches, and tanks you can observe to the this Chara. Some of Chara slow running, you can observe to the slow running water. Which one? Chara Baltica. Chara Baltica is the running water, where Chara, here many in this species, many species are in this genus, many species are present. But Chara Baltica is the running water algae. Running water Chara, this one. And growing in brackish water, that is the Chara fragiles, found in hot water streams. Where hot water streams are there, in that hot water streams, you can observe to the brackish water, that is a fragilis, that is a species name of the Chara. Okay, mostly you can observe to the hot and fresh water, where rich in the organic matter, calcium carbonates, and deficient in oxygen. This is found mostly hot and freshwater algae. Here, all these Chara plants are often with the calcium. You can made up of the total plant body or Chara, the thallus to made up of calcium carbonates. That's where you can touch the Chara. Very roughly surface are there. Why? The total cell wall or the total thallus to made up of calcium carbonate. That's why that is called, the name is another name, stonewort. The Chara, another name is, tell me girls, what is the another name of Chara? ఏమంటారు చెప్పండి, కారాకి ఇంకొక పేరు స్టోన్ వర్డ్స్ అని అంటారు. ఎందుకు? థాలస్ అంతా కూడా కాల్షియం కార్బోనేట్స్ తో, థాలస్ అన్న సెల్ వాల్ అన్న, నార్మల్ గా సెల్ వాల్ దేంతో ప్రిపేర్ అయి ఉంటుంది, దేంతో ప్రిపేర్ అయి ఉంటుంది మనకి ఆల్గేలో? ఆల్గే సెల్ వాల్ టు మేడ్ అప్ ఆఫ్ మోస్ట్లీ సెల్యులోజ్. Yes or no girls? If you take any plant cell wall, mostly cellulose is the common. But here in the Chara, the plant body or cell wall to made up of the which one? Calcium carbonates. That's where the so you can observe and you can touch the plant body. Very rough surface is there. That is called the brittle words or stone words. The name of Chara is the these things. One name is called brittle wort. The another name is called stonewort. When you can ask the what is the another names of Chara, meaning these two words, stoneworts and brittlewort. Why? The thallus is made up of the calcium carbonates. Okay, did you understood this one? Next one, here some Chara you can observe often disagreeable onion like odor is due to presence of sulfur components also present. Here you can sulfurs also to present. And where in this one Chara hitaki and Chara nuda, Chara grovici, these are the examples. And where sometimes you can observe on the mountains also this Chara. The best example of the Chara velvici. These plants found in mountains. Some of Chara's fossils also present have been one second. One is the which one is the fossil here? They have been discovered from Paleozoic era. Which era? Paleozoic era. This is a just common example for the Chara. And you can observe two girls in the chlorophyce member. 3 type studies are there. One is the Volvox, second one Idogonium, third one Chara. But 2 thallus, Volvox thallus is called Synobium or colonial. And second one is the Idogonium thallus is called the, what is the thallus Idogonium? Filamentous plant body, unbranched, multicellular. These two is the microscopic thallus. But you can observe that the Chara, that one is the macroscopic structure is there. The thallus is the well developed thallus is present. Here you can observe just tree-like structures are there, but it is not tree. Just tree-like structures are there and macroscopic. These cell wall to made up of calcium carbonates. That's why the name of Chara is called brittlewort and stoneworts. See, you can observe plant body, girls. This is the Chara plant body. What is the thallus here? Chara thallus is branched type. See, this is the first. This branch is the main branch. In the here sub branches are there, no? This one is the sub branches. Main branch, Karthik. Main branches. The thallus of Chara is branched, multicellular and macroscopic structure. See, very careful, listen, girls. Very important. ఓన్లీ కారా ఒక్కటే మీరు కంటితో చూడగలరు. మిగతా వాటితో కంపేర్ చేసుకుంటే ఆ వాల్వాక్స్ కానీ ఇడోగోనియం కానీ ఎక్టోకార్పస్ పాలిసైఫెనా నాస్టాక్ అనబీనా ఇవన్నీ మీ టైప్ స్టడీలో ఉన్నాయి యూనిట్ లో. దీంట్లో ఓన్లీ కారా ఒకటే మీరు డైరెక్ట్ ఐ కాంటాక్ట్ నుంచి అబ్జర్వ్ చేయగలుగుతారు. ఎందుకు? ద ప్లాంట్ బాడీ ఇస్ ద macroscopic, అది కంటికి కనిపిస్తుంది మీకు కాబట్టి that's why that is called the macroscopic structure. The thallus of Chara is branched, multicellular and macroscopic structure. What is the thallus height? Normal plant, the normal algae and this one algae, the height of thallus is 20 to 30 centimeter. That's why this is the you can observe the directly eye contact. In height, that is height, but often maybe up to grow sometime 90 centimeter to 1 meter also. The starting of Chara here in this genus, many species are to identify throughout the worldwide. But what is the starting of Chara? You can observe the starting is at 20 to 30 centimeters. One second, what happened? 20 to 30 centimeters in height. Sometimes you can up to 90 centimeter to and 1 meter the height. Okay, some of species like what is the one second? Some of species like Chara hetai are very small in the compared to other species. Hetai, Chara hetai very small in size. What is the height of in this species? Only 2 to 3 centimeter long. And the plant body appears resemble, you can observe to the equisetum plant. Equisetum plant lage kanipistundi kaani same rendu same ga untayi manaki equisetum plants. This is a bryophytic plant or pteridophytic plant? Equisetum. Akanksha, equisetum bryophyte ana pteridophyte ana? సేమ్ ఇక్కడ మీకు కారా ఎలా కనిపిస్తుందని చెప్పాను స్ట్రక్చర్ ఈక్విజిటమ్. దిస్ వన్ ఇస్ ద అనదర్ ఈక్విజిటమ్ కి అనదర్ నేమ్ ఏంటి తెలుసా? హార్స్ టైల్స్ అని అంటారు. అంటే హెన్స్ ద ప్లాంట్ అపియర్స్ రిజంబుల్ ఈక్విజిటమ్. దట్స్ వే కారా ఈజ్ ఆల్సో కాల్డ్ aquatic horse tail అని కూడా అంటారు. aquatic horse tail. The thallus is mainly differentiated into, see, very important girls, the thallus is differentiated into 2 parts. One is the rhizoid. See, this part is called rhizoid. This is the main axis. The thallus. The thallus to made up of Chara, calcium carbonates. That's why the name is called the brittle wort or stone wort. And you can observe the starting the length of Chara 20 to 30 centimeters. Up to how much the height? 90 centimeter to 1 meter height. These are the characteristic feature. And what is the thallus differentiated? In two types of differentiated are there. One is the rhizoid. See, rhizoid means just like root system. Not for roots, but these are the rhizoid-like structures. These one. And this is the main axis. This is the plant body of the Chara. What is the rhizoids here? See, this one is the rhizoids of Chara. Rhizoids always white in color. Thread-like multicellular uniserrate. Very important. What type of rhizoids you can observe to the Chara? Here, rhizoids always in the white in color. White thread-like multicellular uniserrate and branched structure of rhizoids are there. See, in these rhizoids arise from rhizoidal plates, which are formed at the base of main axis from peripheral cells of the lower nodes. That's where the rhizoid characteristic by presence of oblique septa is present. Okay, what are the rhizoids? Always rhizoids is a white color, thread-like structure, multicellular, uniserrate, and oblique septa is present. These rhizoids show only apical growth. What type of growth is there in the rhizoids? Apical growth is present. These rhizoids, what is the use of rhizoids? Help in attachment of the plant to substratum, meaning that is mud or sand, in absorption of minerals and vegetative multiplication of plants. అంటే vegetative reproduction కూడా మీకు ఈ rhizoid లోనే జరుగుతుంది. What is the importance of rhizoid? Attachment of the any substratum. What is any substratum mean? Rocks అయినా కానివ్వండి, mud, sand. What is the use this one? Absorption of many types of minerals. And the next important is the vegetative reproduction. That is the vegetative multiplication of plant by forming to the bulbils and secondary protonema also to found in this vegetative reproduction. This is the importance of rhizoid. Okay, did you understood, ma? Girls.
Yes, ma'am.
Next one is the ante in the thallus lo నేను ఫస్ట్ ఏం చెప్పాను, ప్లాంట్ బాడీలో టూ మెయిన్ పార్ట్స్ ఉంటాయని చెప్పాను కదమ్మా. ఫస్ట్ పార్ట్ ఏమో రైజాయిడ్ కంప్లీట్ అయింది. నెక్స్ట్ ఏంటి, మెయిన్ యాక్సిస్ గురించి చెప్తున్నా చూడండి. వాట్ ఈస్ ద మెయిన్ యాక్సిస్? See, this one is the main axis, girls. The main axis is erect, long, branched and differentiated into the nodes and internodes. You can observe, see girls, this is the main axis. Branchings also present. Yes or no, girls? These are the branching. These are called branches. And to present nodes, either this one is one node, here node second, third, fourth, fifth nodes. In between nodes, this is called the internode. Nodes and internodes are present. The main axis is erect, long, branched and differentiated into two. One is the nodes and internodes. Where internodes are there, in that internodes consist of single, much elongated and oblong cells are present. See, this is the internodal cell. This one is the nodal cell. Nodal cell and internodal cell. You can observe to the what difference in between. This the internodal cells of consist single, very much elongated oblong cells are present. In some species may be surrounded by one cell. Thick layer is present. That thick layer name is called cortex. And such species is called cortical species. అంటే ఇంటర్నోడ్ ఎక్కడైతే ఉంటుందో ఇంటర్నోడల్ సెల్ లో థిక్ లేయర్ కార్టెక్స్ తో ఏర్పడి ఉంటుంది. కాబట్టి ఆ స్పీసీస్ ఏమంటారంటే కార్టికేట్ స్పీసీస్ అని అంటారు. దిస్ టైప్ ఆఫ్ స్పీసీస్, దిస్ కార్టికే లేయర్ స్పీసీస్ is absent or called ఈ కార్టికేట్ స్పీసీస్ ఇంటర్నోడల్ సెల్ లో కార్టెక్స్ తో ఉన్న స్పీసీస్ నేమో కార్టికేట్ స్పీసీస్ అంటారు. ఇన్ కేస్ కొన్ని స్పీసీస్ లో ఈ కార్టెక్స్ అనేది ఉండదు ఇంటర్నోడ్ లో, వాటిని ఏమంటారంటే ఈ కార్టికేట్ స్పీసీస్ అని డివైడ్ చేస్తారు ఇక్కడ. నెక్స్ట్ దిస్ ఇస్ ద ఇంటర్నోడల్ సెల్. వాట్ ఈస్ ద నోడల్ సెల్? See, the nodal cell consists of a pair central small cells. See, in the picture ma nodal cells two part ga divide ayyundi kada, kanpistunda meeku two part ga? Yes or no girls? This is a one part, this one is a second part. Yes or no girls?
Yes, ma'am.
The node consists of a pair of central small cells surrounded by 6 to 20. See, surrounded by these cells. Around these surrounded by the 6 to 20 peripheral cells are present. The central cells and peripheral cells arise from a single nodal initial cell. See, this is the single nodal initial. See, this one is a single nodal initial and this one is a single nodal initial. In between this one is the internodal initials. This is the cell. What is the difference in between the node and internode? Okay. Next one, another very important in the thallus. See, this is the in the thallus. One is the rhizoids are completed, and the main axis. I'll explain the what is the node, what is the internode. And here, what type of cells you can observe. Where the internodal cell is there, here cortex is present. That is the cortex internodal cells. Where the node cells, here cortex cells is not there. Two pair cells are present to 6 to 20 peripheral cells to around these node cells. After that one, see, in the main axis, how many branches are there, ma? This one is the first branch is called main branch. This is another, this one sides branches are there. This is the another unlimited branches, limited branches. This side branches is called the limited branches. See, there are two types of branches in Chara. One is the branches of limited growth. What is the first one, ma? Branches of limited growth. Second one, branches of unlimited growth. Which one unlimited? This main axis is branches of unlimited growth. This side branches is there, no girls? In that side branches is the unlimited growth. See, that's where the Chara thallus, two main branches are there. That first branch is called the branches of limited growth. The second one is the branches of unlimited growth. What is the limited growth? Limited growth arise a row of 6 to 20 peripheral cells of the nodes. This is called the main axis. లిమిటెడ్ గ్రోత్ ని ఏమంటారు? మెయిన్ యాక్సిస్ అంటారు. ఇక్కడ ఎన్ని పెరిఫీరియల్ సెల్స్ ఉన్నాయని చెప్పాను? 6 to 20 arise from the row of 6 to 20 peripheral cells are there. You know what is the node cells? That's peripheral cells. 6 to 20 peripheral cells of nodes are of main axis or branches of unlimited growth. These are called, that is the bractlets. What is that one? Bractlets. This branch of first order primary laterals or primary leaves. What name antaru? Primary laterals or primary leaves antaru. These branches stop to grow after forming 5 to 15 nodes. Eppudu stop avutundma? 5 to 15 nodes form ayinappudu, and hence there are called branches of limited growth. The stipulodes, reproductive structures are formed the nodes of these branches. This one is called the first branch, that is the limited growth of branch. This one, see girls, this is called the limited growth of the branch. Second one, these branches is there, no? These are called unlimited branches. See, what is the unlimited branch? These unlimited branches arise of the main axis of the branch of limited growth. Hence, these are also called axillary branches or long laterals. Both names same girls. You can write any name. Axillary branches or long laterals. These are differentiated into the same. These unlimited growth of branches also called nodes and internodes. Where the node are there, primary laterals are present. These branches just look like the main axis. Their growth is also unlimited, like main axis. This one, this is the main axis, unlimited growth. This one is the limited growth branches. అర్థమైందా branches rendu?
Yes, ma'am.
See here, next one, cell structure. You know what is the nodal cell, what is the internodal cell. Nodal cell can take the size of cell is very smaller in size. Isodiametric size is there. All cells to found to the dense cytoplasm, uninucleate, ellipsoidal chloroplast. Vacuole is not developed in the cell. Small vacuoles may be present sometimes. Cytoplasm also can be differentiated, outer cytoplasm, inner cytoplasm. And this is the nodal cell. What is the internodal cell? Internodal cell very much elongated to compare the node cell. Cytoplasm also present around the large central vacuole. And the cells are multinucleate. So compared to the both, where the nodal cell only uninucleate is there, but here many nucleus are present. That's why multinucleate and coined discoid chloroplast. Here ellipsoidal chloroplast is present. In this one here discoid chloroplast. The cytoplasm also differentiated into exoplasm and endoplasm. The endoplasm shows streaming movements, the cell wall between the nodal cell, and internodal cells also help to the cytoplasmic continuity or rotation in between two cells. ఇక్కడ వరకు అర్థమైందమ్మా? ప్లాంట్ బాడీ మొత్తం అర్థమైంది కదా?
Yes.
Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Next చూడమా, reproduction. Oh, time up అవుతూనే ఉంది. See here, reproduction, Seema. In the reproduction in Kara takes place by vegetative and sexual reproduction. Only two types of reproduction you can observe in this Kara. What is that one? One is the sexual, one is the second one is the vegetative and sexual. Here which one is total absent? Asexual reproduction is absent in Kara. Only two types of reproduction you can observe, that is the vegetative. The second thing is the asexual. Asexual ikkada em undadu, absent. Tell me how many types of reproductions are present in Kara?
Two types.
What are they? What are they?
Vegetative reproduction, sexual reproduction.
Which one is absent?
Asexual reproduction.
Asexual reproduction is absent. See, what is the vegetative? Where the rhizoids are there, in that rhizoids to found to the vegetative reproductive organs, to produce the vegetative reproduction organs. See, these vegetative reproduction types, two types. One is the bulbils, the second one is the amylum starch. Very important, girls. Sometimes to ask the amylum vegetative reproduction in Kara, amylum starts many times to ask the short answer question. What is the bulbils? This is the oval tube-like structures, spherical or oval tube-like structures develop on rhizoid. The best example, Chara aspora, the lower node of main axis, and another example, Chara blatica. These both species of Chara, the bulbils on detachment from main mother plant to germinate into a new Chara thallus. This is a one type of reproductor. The second one is the amylum starch. Amylum starch, some species of Chara styginega. One best example is the Chara styginega. On lower node of the main axis develop into the multicellular star shape aggregates of the cell. These cells are to fill with the amylum starch. All cells to fill with the amylum starch, hence it is called the amylum stars. These stars detach from the plant to develop into a new Chara plant. Another one, bulbils. What is a bulbil? Amorphous bulbils also another type of vegetative reproduction. What is the shape? This shape is the irregular in shape, which develop on lower node main axis. Example, Chara delicatula on the rhizoids. Another example, Fragiria, Blatica. These are the example for the amorphous bulbils. Here, these bulbils penetrating structures. These are the unfavorable condition of the time. The Chara these are the converted into the bulbils to turn into in the way the favorable condition to come in that time to develop into a new Chara plant. This is the third one. Fourth and final vegetative reproduction, that is the protonema, secondary protonema. Here, what is the secondary protonema? In these are tubular or filamentous structure. నా దగ్గర ఉంది. These are tubular and filamentous structures which develop from primary protonema. Telugulo emantaru protonema. These are the basal cell of the basal rhizoidal cells to produce to these protonema structure. The first to produce the tubular or filamentous protonema is called the primary protonema. And the secondary protonema, like primary protonema from Chara plant, to produce it to the secondary protonema. These are the called all of the vegetative reproductive types. Here only you can study two types. One is a vegetative and sexual, but asexual is a totally absent in Chara. In these vegetative, again four types. One is the bulbils, second one is the amylum starch, and the third one is the amorphous bulbils. Both are different, girls. Bulbils is different, amorphous bulbils is different. These are species also different. Here Chara aspera, Chara blatica are the bulbils. Amorphous bulbis, delicata and fraxifera, blatica. These are the example for amorphous bulbis. Don't confuse here, girls. Both species are different. And the last and final one is the secondary protonema. Very important, these are the vegetative. Sometimes to ask the Chara vegetative reproduction in short question. That's why you can by head it, these four type of the vegetative reproduction. And the next one, sexual reproduction. See here, sexual reproduction is a very different sex organs are there. Very important of sex organs to compare other. What is the male sex organ in common? What is the name of male sex organ? చెప్పండి ఏమంటారు మేల్ సెక్స్ ఆర్గాన్ ని? ఆర్కిగోనియా అంటారు కదా. ఎస్ ఆర్ నో? Samira Fatima, tell me what is the male sex organ name? Fast గా మీ టైం పరిగెడుతూనే ఉంటది. మేల్ సెక్స్ ఆర్గాన్ నేమ్ అంటారు చెప్పండి. ఆంథరీడియా అంటారా? ఎస్ ఆర్ నో? ఆంథరీడియా ఆర్ నో? ఇది ఆర్కిగోనియానా?
Yes, ma'am.
ఆంథరీడియా.
Antheridia
కదా. ఫిమేల్ సెక్స్ ఆర్గాన్ ని ఫిమేల్ ఏమంటారు? ఊగోనియం కదా. ఇక్కడ నేమ్స్ మాత్రం డిఫరెంట్ గా ఉంటాయి చూడండి. ఇన్ దిస్ Chara, sexual reproduction in Chara is very highly advanced type of oogamous. What type of sexual reproduction? Very advanced type of, highly advanced type of oogamous. Sex organs also you can observe macroscopic. అంటే మీరు ఏంటి కంటితో డైరెక్ట్ గా చూడొచ్చును సెక్స్ ఆర్గాన్స్ కూడా ఇక్కడ. What are the sex organs are called? Male sex organ name is called antheridium. You know that is a very common. But the name here globule. ఏమంటారు చెప్పండి? మేల్ సెక్స్ ఆర్గాన్ నేమ్ ఏమంటారు?
Globule.
What is the name? Male sex organ name?
Globule.
Globule. The female sex organ oogonia is the common, but here name is called, what is the name? Nucleus.
Nucleus.
What is male reproductive organ name enti?
Globule.
Female reproductive organ?
Nucleus. Nucleus.
నాతోనే అనిపిస్తున్నారు మీరు గట్టిగా చెప్పట్లే. మేల్ సెక్స్ ఆర్గాన్ నేమ్?
Globule.
ఫిమేల్ సెక్స్ ఆర్గాన్ నేమ్? న్యూక్యూల్. సరే ఇవి రెండు గుర్తు పెట్టుకోండి. రేపటి క్లాస్ లో ఆల్రెడీ టైం అయిపోయింది. రేపటి క్లాస్ లో ఇవన్నీ ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేస్తా. గ్లోబ్యూల్ అంటే ఏంటి, సెక్షువల్ రిప్రొడక్షన్ ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేస్తా. ఓకేనా? ఒకసారి చదువుకొని రండి, నేను రేపు క్వశ్చన్స్ అడుగుతా. ఎస్ మా?
Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Okay, ma'am.